Hey everybody, I'm Robert the Zombie Bargain Hunter, and today is what sold on eBay for July 20th through the 26th. I can't believe it's almost August. I mean, it's only, a couple days now till August. It is so hot right now. I believe it's like 104. So if you see me sweating, you know why. On a good note, though, I'll be getting my air conditioning installed in about a week and a half, so can't wait for that to finally get installed. I bought like a window air conditioner and it works terribly. It just overheats. Don't ever buy those. The ones that like sit on the floor and roll around, don't buy those. Those are terrible. Anyways, before I forget, I bought 8 more of the Goodwill blue boxes. I know we had fun opening those up. I know I did. I had a blast opening those up. So 8 will be coming soon. So I'll be doing unboxing of those. Not this Friday because I'm still going to do more of my Gaylord haul. But the following Friday and the following Friday. I'll open 4 boxes the following Friday and then 4 boxes again in the next Friday. Alright, let's get into what I sold. Alright, for July 20th through the 26th, my total sales were $2,360.29, which was 17.2% up from last week. Last week I barely made it to my goal of 2,000. So this week I did about 300 more than I did last week. So that is great. Sales the last 31 days, I'm down 6.9%, which is understandable because of the summer slowdown. Compared to the same period a year ago, I'm still almost up 25%. I'm 24.4% up, so that is still great. I had a little problem with item specifics on cameras, so I don't know if anybody else had any problems with item specifics on cameras. Let me know in the comments if you have. I've repaired these item specifics probably like 3-4 times, and they still keep popping up on the 2 pre-owned cameras I own, so maybe it's some glitch with eBay going on right now. This is the book that I showed you in my thumbnail. Don't usually pick up books, but this came in one of the Loot Crate boxes, or 4, I should say 4 Loot Crate boxes, 4 sold. But yeah, keep an eye out for specialty books, interesting books. Of course, look them up, but I mean, if they're like 10 cents and they look interesting, pick them up, take them home. You can always redonate them for like 10 cents. Because usually I get books like 10 cents to a quarter, depending where I pick them up. Sometimes I find them like 10 for $1. But when there's something interesting like this, let me show you the back. Just SpongeBob SquarePants Experience. It's a huge, thick book. I think it weighed like 6 pounds, so it was really big. And it sold for $35.99. All 4 of them sold. So keep your eye out for items like that. Kenneth Cole Black with Flowered Purse. This is one of my first big hauls that I bought. It was a clearance at some indoor mall or something like that. This was my first one. You can see I did the remove white background or add white background, that thing on the app, and there's still a little green right there from when it was on the sheet. I just repaired the picture. It sold for $20.49. I paid $5 for a good 100 of them. I have many different ones. Hopefully I get rid of them. I just got all of these from GameStop. They had a huge sale. Paid about $13 for these. Another 10 sold. The previous what sold video I sold about 10. There's another 10 that sold. I still have 6 more that just came in, and I have to relist. But these are great. There was like a Pokemon contest or something going on. I don't know. It was some kind of thing that Nintendo was doing with the Pokemon Go. And they sold like crazy. Most of them paid up. They did priority shipping and made me get them there by Friday. Hopefully they all showed up. But I didn't get any complaints, so I'm crossing my fingers still. Hallmark Christmas ornament, Paw Patrol. This is a fire marshal. I keep all my ornaments, holiday stuff on year-round. I got this guy at a Kmart clearance when my Kmart closed down probably about a year and a half ago, and been doing very good on them. They were, I believe they were like 75% off, so I paid maybe $2 each for them. I had so many. I probably have a good 150 different ornaments, and I've sold through about over half of them. And this one sold for $13.49. Hopefully they keep selling. Funko Pop's Crash Bandicoot. When I get the big figures like this, I do like to pose them out of the box. You can see how you can tell what the figure looks like. Here's what would happen if I didn't pose it out of the box. I mean, just a glare, and even when I get the glare out, it just doesn't look great. See how he looks? You can see right here. So I try to take photos. I take one out of the box, especially when I get like 10, like I believe I had like 10 of this guy. It says only 2 sold, but I already sold the other 8. This was a relist. This guy sold for $22.99. Yeah, I don't do it with the small Funko Pops, but the bigger ones, I do take them out of the box and just reseal the box. These Marvel Hulk Bowls, I got this at my favorite thrift shop. They were 25 cents. I think I've showed you these in a few what sold videos. They were each sold. They were each bought for 25 cents. Got a good 50 of them, so I probably have a few more to relist. The boxes were damaged, but for 25 cents each, so what, 50 cents in this, and you make $11, or with fees and stuff, you're probably going to make closer to like 7. Anyways, it's great to have that many selling at one time, and only one listing. It only takes one listing. Love needlepoint and cross stitch and all that. Got this in a huge lot. Bought this guy. Show you him. They always sell very well. And got this guy. Same lot. Maybe paid like $1 for each of them. And they are selling great. They're selling for $35.99. They took a while to sell. This is probably a year and a half. But I've sold through a good 50 of them already. Have maybe only like 20 left. So that was a great lot that I picked up. This is a Funko DC Joker. This is out of my mystery box that I pulled out. So I didn't know what to do with the rest, because I mean, I was just trying to get the pops and the chase out of the boxes. And the rest I just threw in a lot. And the rest actually paid for the box. I only paid $8 to $10 per box, and this pays for it already, not counting the Funko Pop that I sold already on the side. The chases I was getting like $30, and the regular one I was getting around $17. So that's why I love mystery boxes. They usually pay for themselves. Arcade, this is a Galaga video game t-shirt. The only time I do close is when I can get a bunch of them. This one came out of a Loot Crate, so I subscribe. When I subscribe to Loot Crate and I get a great deal, I subscribe to like 8 to 10 boxes, so I will have a multitude or a multi-quantity listing. I had 8 total, 4 sold so far, and for $16.19. Here's another item that came from Loot Crate. This one was great. This is Jim Henson's Farscape. They had a few other items, but these glasses alone, one person actually bought them for full price. He paid almost $81 for it. He bought the last 2 sets that I had. I had beginning of 4 sets. I said this came out of a Loot Crate. There you go, Jim Henson. Never saw Farscape, but I guess it's very popular because these things sold for great money. I mean, these are little tall, I mean, not tall. These are little tumbler set. These are very small. I probably should have put like the size next to them, but they were tiny. They're almost like shot glasses. So keep your eye out for anything Farscape. Loot Crate. This is Napoleon Dynamite. I had these like composition notebooks for a good year. I didn't know what to do with them. They were selling for like $5, but then Loot Crate like sent me 1 pin, and then they sent me another pin. So I finally made a set of them and finally sold. It worked out. See, it's a cool little pin. I mean, I've never seen Napoleon Dynamite, but I've heard a lot of things about it. And the set finally got me $11.69. So don't be afraid to hold on to stuff and just make a lot later. I do hold on to too much stuff sometimes, but it works out sometimes. This is from my mystery box that I got from Caddyshack. This is a Target exclusive. Paid $8 for the box. These alone sold for, I was taking best offers because someone bought 3 of them. I took a best offer of 15 each. So I got 45 for the last 3. And the hats that also came in the box, I was selling for around 20. So not bad for an $8 investment. I don't know if there was anything else in the box. I think it was just a hat and the gopher. Here is another great find that I had. I got a big bin of these. These are like little wobblers. There was a good 100 in them, and I was just making up. They're not in great condition either. You can see the scratches and stuff. There was a good 100, maybe 150, and I was just making lots of like the same characters. I put like Mickey, Donald, Goofy in one, and this, since there was 101 Dalmatians and then Alice in Wonderland, I put those in the same lot because I was running out of things to put together. Anyways, I only have 1 bag left. I put in most of the lots of 4. I only have 1 bag left, and most of them sold for around $10 to $15. I believe the Mickey set sold for close to 20. So that was a great find. I got that at a swap meet. It was just a huge, huge box of them. Alright, on to the plush. Tomy Pokemon Bulbasaur. You know me and Pokemon. I love my Pokemon. This was a very small one, so I didn't price him very high, but he sold like right away. Within I think it was the first 2 days of me putting him up, he sold for $17.99. I didn't even get a chance to put him on sale for 10% off. He just sold before I even got the chance. Here's a sea turtle. Cute little sea turtle. I believe it's gunned. I always put realistic in it, especially when it looks realistic. His name, or her name, is Shay. I don't know if it's him or her. I didn't check. Anyways, he sold, or she sold, for $14.39. Build-A-Bear, One Direction. This one surprised me. This one sold the next day. I mean, I listed this guy, went to bed, and woke up, and this one was sold. I've gotten 2 of these before this one, and the first 2 took forever. First one took like 3 months, and the second one took like close to a year, and this one sold overnight. So maybe people are actually looking for these One Direction bears now. I don't know, but it was weird. Or maybe someone was just looking for it at the right time. Anyways, he sold for $21.99. This large Clifford, had him a while. You can see the ugly photo that I have here. I have like a little cardboard, and it's in my old like box that I used to take pictures in. What a terrible picture. Anyways, this is a Scholastic brand. Make sure there's a little like right here. That is the best Clifford to find. You'll find like Kohl's Care and Just Play and other ones like that. But this one will sell a lot better. This one took me a while. I'm sure it was up there probably a good 2 years. But I never dropped my price. I took a little 10% off. And he sold for $26.99. It was funny because I had to tuck his head into his belly and just roll him super tight. And I got him into a priority bubble mailer. So he was squished, but hey, I saved me a few dollars on that guy. Here's another bulk purchase that I did. This was at my favorite thrift shop that I go every once in a while. I haven't been there this year, which is pretty sad. Purchased probably around 300 different Beanie Babies a few years ago. There's this ghost one. There's a dog with like a witch hat. There's a cat with a witch hat, and then there's another ghost with like sun and moon on him, and that one sells for a good $20. This was a great buy. I believe I wound up paying like 20 or 25 cents for each. Have a ton of them, and they're still still selling to this day. I mean, it's taken a while to sell through them, and it'll probably take me another couple years to finish doing it. This one sold for $9.89, but not bad for just like a 20 or 25 cent investment and 1 listing. Well, 4 listings because there's 4 different ones. Winnie the Pooh. This guy's really small. I decided just to knock down the price. Winnie the Pooh is oversaturated right now. He's tiny. Had him up for probably a good year and a half and decided, yeah, just knock him down a little bit. Let him go. Summer slowdown. Hopefully he sold, and he did. Me just adjusting the price down $1. So if you're having problems selling things, maybe just either put it $1 more or $1 less. It usually works out. Butterfly hand puppet. I love hand puppets. They sell very well for me. I actually found an orange one, so I'm just going to relist it. Just of course change the title from orange to black. Exact same company, basically exact same thing. This one sold for $12.59. So maybe in the next few videos you'll see the next one sold. Kohl's Care. Kohl's Care is always hit and miss. I will buy out any Kohl's if they have a super sale when they knock these guys down to $1.50. This one was used, so this one I got out of probably one of the Gaylord hauls. You see right there, looking down. I like 13. Here you go. It's World of Eric Carlisle. Carl? I don't know. I forget how to say that name. Anyways, he sold for $13.49. If you have any other items from the World of Eric Carlisle, look up the comps, because a lot of the bugs and other items will sell for a lot more than this. This one sold for only $13.49, but I know the Caterpillar will sell for like $20 to $30 depending on the size. So make sure you look them up before just throwing them up there. Kenny McCormick from South Park. There was another one that I threw up, and it took maybe a year. I mean, not a year, a week to sell. Man, get your words right. He had a little bit of dirt right here, so I had to wash it off. You can kind of see it in the picture. Oh yeah, and he had a repair right here, or he'd probably go for more because he was pretty tall. I think he was what, 19 inches? No, 14 inches, so not that tall, but even the cardboard wasn't perfect, and he had a repair. Anyways, he sold for $19.79, and he took probably a week to sell. Build-A-Bear Plush Pastel Kitty Cat. Not the greatest picture. It's overexposed a little bit, but she's a cute little kitty cat. It's like purple and pink on her legs. Probably could have sold her for a little bit more, but I have so much Build-A-Bear right now that I'm kind of dropping the price on them a little bit, but still got $16.19. I'm not going to drop them that far. I mean, I like to put them at most down to $17.99 and maybe take a 10% off for them. This is another item that I sold like really fast. Took maybe a week to sell. This is a large realistic fish. It had no comps on eBay. I couldn't find it anywhere. Maybe I missed it, but I didn't care. It was like, I looked for like a couple minutes, and if I don't find something in a couple minutes, I'll just throw it up there. Just take my chances. It sold for $17.99. Not sure if I got more for it, because like I said, it only took a week to sell. But I figured $20 for a fish should be enough. I mean, he's only 16 inches. He's pretty big, but... Alright, this is my Wild Republic. I had a Wild Republic haul. Bought 15 of each item, or each character that I could, because Wild Republic had a huge sale. So I bought a lot of Wild Republic stuff. This is the last of my Peacock. I'm not sure what I paid, because they were just in a huge lot, and they gave me a discount because I called them on the phone, and they gave me a discount over everything. He was originally around $20, and then it was like 70% off. Then there was another discount they gave me for purchasing over $1,500. So it was great, but I have no idea what I purchased them for. I'm sure it's probably around $2.50, maybe $3 at the most. But he was selling at $19.99, took 10% off this time, and he sold for $17.99. This is a pug dog, Yip Snap Yap. That is a mouthful. This is from Kohl's Care. Have a bunch of these little guys. You see there's a Kohl's Care tag. He sold for $14.39. Like I said, Kohl's Care, it's hit and miss. You usually can get like $15 to $16 for them. Some a little bit less, some a lot more. So keep your eyes always for Kohl's Care. Here's another one. This one I know I paid $1.50. Then they took off some discount, and then they took off another discount. And if you know Kohl's, you know what the nonsense they do. A $20 item becomes like a $4 item right away. This was a $5 item, and it became a $1.50 item, and then the more off. So probably paid like $1, maybe like 90 cents for them. Bought a lot of 10 of these guys. Have 7 left, and been selling them for $13.49 to $14.99. Ireland Lucky Teddy Bear. This is another one that had no comps or anything that I found online. Maybe I just typed it in wrong, but I didn't care. I was like, I'm just going to list them. Can't take all day figuring out what these guys are worth. The longer you take, actually the more money you lose, because you're just wasting time comping something when you can actually be listing a second item while you're comping them. I mean, every once in a while it'll bite you. You'll sell something a little bit less, but most of the time you're just fine. I figured $20 for this guy, took 10% off, $17.99. He took maybe a week and a half to sell, so maybe I sold him too cheap, but I'll never know because I'm not going to look. Classic Toy Company. I love Classic Toy Company. This is a little guy. He's about 10 inches long. If you can find any weird, like Classic Toy Company, especially like this is weird because it's a purple giraffe, not a normal orange or brownish giraffe. Dragons, unicorns, anything different. Not the regular colors, but you can do very well in Classic Toy Company, even in the small ones. Like this is only 10 inches, and he sold for $15.29. Wild Republic Goldfinch. This is one of those talking birds. This is from the Cornell University. They actually import they get the birds to sing, I guess, and they record their sounds, and they put them inside a little sound chip in the bird, and you press this little belly, and you hear the actual sound that this goldfinch bird makes. They have a whole bunch of them. They have robins and all the birds you can think of. I mean, they even do monkeys, they do gorillas, they do lions. But anytime I find a bird, it usually sells for around $11 to $13. This one I had about $13, and mine always sell before the other people. I mean, there's a bunch of them that'll sell them for like $7 and $8, and I'm not falling for that. I always put them at around $13, and they wind up selling around $11 to $13, and before the other people sell. This silver one, brown lion. A person actually contacted me, sent me an offer of $10. Like, oh, I don't really want the lion, but my son loves this lion and I want to back up. So I'm like, okay. And I sent her, I countered with $15.99. And then she said another offer of $11, and I countered at $15.99. And it wound up selling at $15.99. Sometimes I just don't play with people. Every once in a while, I probably, if she didn't say anything, I probably would have lowered it to like 15. But when someone says something like that, like, I don't want to deal with you. I'm just going to leave it at the exact same price. Sing With Me. This is a Madeline doll. Probably had her up for a year and a half. You can see by the blurry picture right here. It's like how bad and blurry that is. I can tell by the pictures of how long they've been, because I redid the picture on the second one. Her hat was very thick and heavy, and it's made out of thick, heavy plastic. So what I did is I got one of the Polybags that I use for video games, put that over her head, then I just dropped her into a regular big poly mailer and threw her out to the post office, I guess. Barely made it under the 16 ounces, and she sold for $26.99. Here is a Rust Poofy Shiny White Easter Bunny. This one actually went to Japan. They paid $35 to have it shipped. over to Japan. So someone needed a real poofy rabbit. That's his name, Poofy. I'm not making that up. So then they spent $35 to get it shipped. It cost me $10.99 for the shipping export, simple export rate on pirate ship. So made approximately 20 something dollars on it, and I didn't have to pay for shipping myself because I usually offer shipping. So that's why I love doing international sales. Right now it's taking forever for them to get there, like 2 months, but hey, I make a few extra dollars. Disney Store Tangled the series. Got these at the Disney Store. Actually, Disney Store in Vegas. They had a huge sale. It was like 50% off. The clearance was 50% off. Then you took an additional 30% off. So had her since the series came out. I guess people don't like Cassandra. This is actually another one that's going out of the country. I think this one's going to the UK, and they paid like 30 something dollars so to have it shipped. So that's great for me. I still have 4 available, so I wish I can get them. Maybe if I take better pictures. I mean, not the greatest pictures right now. This is a Lefty 2000 donkey. This one sold for $9.89. There are probably about a good 100 under $9.89 that are listed right now on eBay. Go ahead and check it out. Mine sold before any of the other ones. I actually made a mistake. This one I could not find for the life of me. He'll probably show up later. So what I did is I just bought one at $6. Some other person had it for $6. Told them, hey, I couldn't find it. Can you just ship this to my customer for me? And they were fine with it. I just sent them the address, and they're mailing it off for me. I didn't want to take the ding of not having it. And besides, I'm making what, $3 for doing nothing basically, and I'll probably find him again somewhere hidden in my upstairs in that room. Not sure why he disappeared. I just don't know. Anyways, yeah, that's what I did. You're not supposed to do that all the time because that's considered drop shipping, but if you do it every once in a while, I don't have a problem with it. I rarely lose any items, but this time he disappeared. I have no idea where he is. Here is an original Peter Rabbit by Beatrix Potter. This one's a little cool little rabbit. You can see it has a little carrot, has a bumblebee. So people are buying stuff for Easter already, or they just want this for their kid because it's Peter Rabbit. But yeah, like I said, I always keep all my Easter and holiday items up year round. I mean, I have an anchor store, so I can do it. Some of you might not be able to, but I try to keep them up all year round because they sell year round. This one sold for $17.99. Care Bears are very hot right now. If you got any Care Bears, make sure to put them up. This one had damage on them. Even this little, let me show you this little tush tag. Well, not tush tag, a little tush button, I guess. Had a little scratch on them. But yeah, it's still sold for $11.69 even with damage on him. And he's small. He's only 8 inches. So Care Bears and Hello Kitty are very hot right now. Make sure you get those up. Paw Patrol Sky. This one sold immediately. I put it on and I woke up the next morning and she was gone. She does a little, this thing lights up. I should have taken a picture of it lighting up, but heck, she sold, so why bother now? You can see it had a little bit of scratches on it, but nothing really bad. She had great sound. She sold for $19.79 and made it in under 16 ounces, which is great. And I just threw her in a poly bag. You don't have to worry about toys. Kids play with them. Batat Brown Puppy Dog. This one is another one that's going out of the country. They paid like $25, I believe, to ship this little dog, this Puggle, I think it's called. Someone needed it really bad, wanted to pay $25 for it, and of course I'm like, okay, have fun. This one sold for, I believe it was like $25, so you take the $10.99 to ship out of the country, and I'm left with about $14, so very happy with that. I wanted to show you this one because a lot of people, if they have no brand or anything, they just won't list it. They won't bother with it. They'll just redonate it, and not me. I'll just make sure my title is great. I mean, this is a white snow tiger wild jungle cat, stuffed animal, large, 15 inches, laying down. And for something that most people will just redonate it because it's unbranded stuff, I still made $13.49 for it, and got it for almost nothing. You know how the Goodwill bins are; they just, or probably out of my Gaylord haul. It was probably just thrown in there. Always keep an eye out for vintage peanuts, like Belle and Peppermint Patty. All the odd characters do very well. This is the fourth Belle that I've found. Every time I find a Belle, I raise the price. I started with her. I sold the first one for 20, the second one for 25, and these I've been putting up for $31.99. Well, of course, 10% off. But yeah, Belle, especially Belle, is selling for all the time. It will just sell out right away. Peppermint Patty and all those other characters, Linus, they will sell also very fast. So keep your eye out for any vintage Snoopy. Regular Snoopy, the price is probably down there, and Charlie Brown, the price is probably very low. But I mean, they'll still sell, but they'll take a while because those are the characters that are flooded. Or oversaturated, I should say. This is a large Curious George. Another one that I squished into a padded flat. Actually had to sit on him. Rolled his face into the belly and made him into a little, well, actually a huge burrito. And I had to do it like 3 times to actually make him fit into the padded flat. So instead of paying like 12 to 13 to ship him, it only cost me, what, $7.49, I believe padded flat are right now. So yeah, anytime you can, get your big plush into a padded flat. It's fun to do because you have to sit on them and squish all the air out of them. So as soon as this guy gets open up in the new house, it's just gonna explode into their face probably. Doraemon Anime Fujiko. Not sure where that came from, but it's probably on their tag. It's a little cheer. Doraemon Anime plush always do very well. I don't know what that says. And I'm not sure where Fujiko came from. Probably saw it off another listing. Anyways, he's a tiny little guy. 7 inches. Took about a month to sell. But he sold for $15.29. So keep your eye out for Doraemon. This is a 101 Dalmatian Rolly Snuggies. Everyone I found online was selling for $11. I'm like, no, that's not going to sell for $11. Yeah, I put mine up for $16.99. He finally sold for $15.29. Plus, he had actual damage. I don't know if you can see it in the picture. The red is like bled into some of the white, so it's kind of like pink. Let's see if I can see it here. Now you really can't see it, but yeah, I put it in the description that the red collar has made the white pink near it. So this one's actually damaged, and they bought it before all the other ones that are $11.99. So don't be afraid to price your stuffed animals where you think they should be priced. I'm not afraid. Birthday teddy bear. These guys have been selling like crazy. Before all this Rona nonsense, birthday bears and different bears like this, a cupcake or a birthday hat, they'd take me months, even years to sell. These are actually flying off the shelf. I guess because people can't get to the stores to buy presents or anything else. They're just shipping. They're thinking it's just shipping like birthday bears and stuff like that. So yeah, get these birthday bears and weird like holiday bears up there because they are selling right now. This one sold for $14.39 for a little birthday cupcake bear that I expected to hold for like a year, and it only took a couple of weeks to sell. Jellycat. This is one of the first Jellycats that's really ugly. I tried white background on this guy, then I put him on black, so I just left him on black. Probably should have used the blue background. Maybe that would make him pop more. But yeah, this is an ugly jelly cat. But even ugly jelly cats sell. This one sold for $19.79. Here's what I'm talking about, the blue background. I use it on my toys that are like white and black, where they don't go good on white and they don't go good on black. They'll just be drowned out. The color will like drown into the background. It just doesn't look very well. So I found this little blue background, and I use it on the white and black ones like Mickey and stuff like that. And I will use it on like pink and purple, where it's just too harsh on a black background, and the white background just will like blend. It's just not good. So I've changed to blue background. It seems to be doing very well. This is a panda corn, and he sold for $13.49. So I don't mind doing different backgrounds. I don't care what Google says. I'm selling, so I'm not worried about it. Here is a little Lego guy. Found him in one of my Goodwill hauls. I believe I found him in the bins for maybe 50 cents. And he sold for $17.99. Stuffies, the big turtle. All these stuffies are selling very well right now. The stuffies, like the seatbelt pets, all different things like that are selling very well right now. I guess, like I've said in the last couple of listings before, I guess because people can't go to the stores, they have to buy all this stuff online. So people are just picking them up. This one didn't even make it to my 10% off. Sold for $21.99. Not sure why I didn't get to 10% off. Had them for like 6 months. So some kind of glitch, but I'll take it. I'd rather sell it for more than less, of course. Here's a panda bear from the Rainforest Cafe. This one is another one that sold like right away. You can see the blue background. I believe it helps. Some people don't like it. I don't care. I mean, some people put them on the rug and stuff, which is nasty. But the blue background seems to work for me. Do what works for you. This one sold for $19.99. And I like to show my ties that sell. Here's a puppy dog. Don't be afraid to sell the ties. I know a lot of people will just redonate them, but the bigger ones will sell. This one sold for $16.19. It's just a little simple little puppy dog. People actually looking for them. I mean, they lose their pets and they like to have like some kind of dog that reminds them of their pets, or their kid actually had one and they can't find it right now because they can't go to the stores, or it's out of stock, or it's just retired. The bigger ties will sell. Here's in the last one. It's a Beanie Baby black cat. This is Licorice. Had him up for maybe 2 weeks, and Licorice sold for $17. So yeah, don't be afraid to get some tie Beanie Babies. Not the small ones. The small ones don't sell as well as the bigger ones. But if you find the bigger ones, I mean, you get 17 and you get like $15 for them. It's great, especially if you can get them for like 50 cents or even 75 cents or $1. Anyways, please give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new, and don't fiddle fart around. Get all your listings up, guys. Take care. I'll see you on Friday with my Gaylord haul. All right, bye.